Welcome to 50 Facts You Might Not Know About Brawlhalla Part 2. If you haven't seen Part 1, make sure to check it out, it'll be in the description below. But let's get started. Yumiko is actually blind. Is this news to anybody or just me? Acno and Blaze won every single 2020 major 2v2 tournament in Europe, which is the first time any team has won basically everything they can. Kaya's mammoth is actually called Blue. Blue Mammoth Games, get it? Yep.
Nyx is actually a girl. I don't know how some of you didn't know that.
Bodvar's full name is Bodvar Bearson, because, you know, his dad's a bear. Yeah, I still don't know how that worked. Soldier Boy actually plays Brawlhalla. Ember's wolf is called Ash, and her raven is called Yara. Every character in Brawlhalla has 22 total stat points that are different from everyone, and the developers currently have no plans on creating characters with the same stats. With this being said, back in the day, there's only a total of 20 stats for each character. For example, here you can see Hattori only had 3 attack and 3 defense. Speaking of other things that were just weird back in the day, Blaster's Endlight literally had like no end lag, so you could just infinitely use it. And Blaster's Sarah shot 4 times instead of 1, which we have today. For the people that are new to the game or watch this in like 3 years from now, this is what Zul, Thatch, and Sentinel looked like when the real boys played. Artemis's real name is Mary Washington. Kaya is technically the youngest legend, she is 14, but you don't really know how time works in Brawlhalla. Bow Ground Pound is the slowest ground pound in the game but has the highest force. It has more force than Lance, Hammer, and Cannon. In 2v2, only 75% of the variable force of a signature is applied to your teammate. So if you hit a teammate and an enemy that are both weak, you might only kill the enemy. Cross's real name is Joseph Cross. The oldest legend technically is probably Mr. Caveman Nash. Scarlet actually invented the Lance, so if you hate Lance, blame Scarlet. Before Valhalla, Sentinel was actually a talk show host and his real name is Henry Coates. Nyx's mouth features stitches on each side, which is most likely a reference to the Heath Ledger Joker. Mordex was originally a man called Octavius Mordex and went on a mission in the ice storm and fought against werewolves and actually was bitten and turned into a werewolf himself. Dusk actually spent years creating a weapon. He created the orb when he was imprisoned. Both Petra and Aydah have 2 different colored eyes. Aydah's one being from the implant, but Petra probably due to the dark heart affecting her. Rayman and Mako are the only 2 legends in the game with steerable signatures, which is both of Rayman's down signatures and Mako's down signature on Katars. If you're newer to the game, you might not know there was a time when there was these extremely broken black hole 2v2 combos before you were able to DI, and it was problematic to say the least. There's actually a tutorial mode in Brawlhalla if you go to offline play. If you complete the simple missions, you get a free 450 gold, so check it out if you haven't done it. You can download cool mods for PC only on a website called GameBanana.com. I'll leave a link in the description. You can basically play as anything, Minecraft Steve, Batman, whoever really. You can see your ID number if you go to inventory on the top right, and you can see what number account you are. Soulfire is technically going to be the most rare color in the game because it's never coming out again. Things like Charged OG are probably going to keep coming out, community colors, those kind of things, and holiday colors are easy to get. But yeah, Soulfire is just never going to come out, and it came out before Synthwave, so I guess that means it's more rare. You can go to brawlmance.com to see which legends are the most played and highest win rate of each patch. On this same website, you can see different people's mastery or elo with each legend. So for example, Crocky has a level 100 Aydah. Koji is a samurai, not a ninja. You can search up the difference on your own. Nyx is a freelance reaper, so basically like a freelance artist who gets commissioned to do art. Yeah, she kills people instead. Val was one of the first AI projects to work. Originally set up as an assassin, she now opened a modeling agency. Wow, what a turn. As we saw in the Brawlhalla cinematic, we can confirm Yumiko has a fox form. That would really be cool if she ever got a rework to see as a signature. Zariel is actually neither a male or female, but rather a celestial being. This is an old version of what Scarlet looked like. Ulgrim helped make Orion's armor. Egg Soup won the first ever Brawlhalla LAN. Alongside being a talk show host, Sentinel is actually the president. Who are you guys choosing, Sentinel or Joe Biden? Isaiah was actually a major who protected President Coates, or as we know, Sentinel. Lin Fei taught Wu Shang how to do his gauntlet signatures with all the magic fiery stuff. Cassidy's full name is Cassidy Miller. Kor's arms aren't attached to his body, and he basically has a magical force which lets him grab people and move them from far lengths. This is Sir Roland's full name. Pause if you want to read all this out loud. This avatar here is called Dander, and it's actually Azoth's cat. In his lore, Azoth tells Hattori to feed his cat, and this one has a bone in it, so I think everyone kind of gets that. Mirage actually lived in the 1920s but is a time traveler and went back into ancient Egypt to pursue someone she was looking for. Ghost Armor, or whatever he's going to be called, I think that's just a code name, is actually hinted in Volkov's lore, where it says haunted suits of armor walked around the castles. And last but not least, 9 strength yellow Grugok is broken! Get the hashtag trending, boys.